Hello friends, today I'd like to walk you through the Painted Lady Tarot. My goal today is to show you the cards and to spend a little time with each of them, describing a little bit what they look like and telling you a little bit about what went into the creation of them. The Painted Lady Tarot is on Kickstarter right now, and you're welcome to come and join and support us. We're excited about the deck that we're going to be debuting. So let's take a look at the cards together. Like any tarot deck, it is divided into Major Arcana and Minor Arcana. All of the artwork is based on really the wonderful work by Anne Salk Rosenberg. You'll see here the Fool. The Fool is accompanied by a traditional animal. In this case, it's the bird on the top of the card. Move next to the Magician. The Magician really the conduit between what's above and what's below. In this case, this Magician brings all the forces of the tarot together, as you can see from the card. We've got the High Priestess, really claiming her inner sanctity and her inner power. Then we have the Empress, really a figure of motherhood, carrying with her a little bit of sense of the pregnant possibility. And I'd like to hold this one right next to the Emperor. You can tell these two are a pair based on their colors, but here's the Emperor, our father figure. Again, a little androgynous in the figures, which I really appreciate. So these figures can be representative of their character, but still carry lots of emotion and energy with them. Moving on to the Hierophant. Now this is, I will say, this deck is actually a preprint, so we do know that there's a typo on this card. It will be corrected in the final version. But you see the Hierophant really in touch with the inner spirituality, the third eye showing up with the other two eyes. And I love the circular imagery here of the Hierophant itself. Moving on to the Lovers, and again talking about the third eye. In our version of the tarot, the Lovers actually share an eye. You can see together they have that shared eye. And then on top of them, the figure of the angel contributing to bringing these two lovers together, and stars indicating the star-crossed nature of their romance. Moving on to number 7, the Chariot. This is a little bit of an alien figure, really taking a flying saucer down the road of the chariot. In the description for the project, we talk a little bit about some of these dates that are listed here and what happened on those dates: 1943, 1776, 1492, etc. But those dates are highlighted in the card as well. Moving on to Strength. I love this imagery, very reminiscent of the American flag, but also carries the lion and really the focus of the Strength character. The Hermit. Again, traditional tarot, the Hermit has a 6-pointed star, at least in the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. Here you have a lantern in the upper left showing the inner light that's reflected by withdrawing and actually carrying on that inner vision. Moving on to the Wheel of Fortune, taking again the circle of the wheel and turning it into a clock face with, in a sense, a slot machine of cash coming down. Justice, balancing the positive and negative forces. You can see the wheels or the scales of justice as measured by the pendulum and measuring that piece with it. The Hanged Man. I really love this card and its upside down image and the skeletal face. Death, reminiscent of the Rider-Waite Tarot with its white flag. Here we have almost the reflection, and one wonders what the shadow is that's showing here. Temperance, life is a balance. I don't know if you can tell, but it says life is a on the top here, reflecting that life itself is a balance of pros and cons, ups and downs, carrying through. The Devil is hiding behind the flames. You see the devil's tail here, but again, reminiscent of temptation and what may be beyond. The Tower card that talks about things potentially falling apart, and you can see that reflected in the jagged nature of the design. The Star, a really beautiful image, again highlighting the star itself, pointing out the quasi nighttime nature of the image and give you a taste of what is behind the meaning. And then I've got another pair that I want to highlight for you, the moon and the sun. These two cards, when placed together, form a kind of a face. Again, the moon and the sun cards, really one piece together, broken into two cards to reflect their duality of nature. Judgment. Judgment reflecting the final judgment. And again, in a traditional tarot card, you might see figures rising from graves to represent last judgment. I love the hidden images that are present within the circle here. You can really spend some time analyzing what's there and looking for meaning within them. And then finally, for our major arcana, the world. And again, sort of showing the arrival at the final stage of our tarot's journey, at least through the major arcana, and arriving at that place of true peace and true world order. So you'll see within the world those reflections in that swirl. So we're going to stop here, and that presents the major arcana of the Painted Lady Tarot. Come and support us.